I am Kripa Soni. Today I will be discussing Chapter 2, Part 1 of the book Chanakya Neeti by Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai. Mahatma Gandhi once said, "Man is a product of his own thoughts. What he thinks, he becomes. So one should always have a positive attitude and should always be grateful for what one has." The author says that Chanakya compares a wise man with a tree, where the prayers represent the root. The deeper the root, the stronger the tree. The Vedas represent the branches which carry nutrition to the tree. The deeds represent the leaves which prepares food for the tree. And the fruits represent happiness. Just as while serving society one achieves happiness, Chanakya was devoted to Lord Vishnu, the sustainer and provider of the whole universe. You know what? We humans ask for more than what we need, and when we don't get it, we get upset. But nature is a perfect provider. Even a newborn baby is fed by nature, as the nature feeds it through mother's milk. He then explains that just like rituals, it is incomplete without paying offerings to the sacred fire and dakshina to the priest. Similarly, a man is incomplete without faith. Chanakya explains how different people see God differently. Spiritual people like priests see God in the fire, Agni, while performing their rituals. A sage sees God within himself. Many who indulge in idol worshipping see God in the idols. The wise are those who see God everywhere and believe that God is omnipresent, that is, present everywhere. Author then tells how Chanakya felt that leading a simple life has so many merits. The less materialistic you are, the more you cherish other aspects of your life. Nevertheless, you should be ready to deal with every challenges life puts you in by remaining calm and content under all circumstances. Chanakya then cites few examples of mythological objects and people who too have some flaws. So how can you expect yourself to be picture perfect, right? No one is perfect except the only flawless one, the God himself. Now tell me, what's the deadliest disease a man can catch? Greed. And what's the greatest religion? Compassion towards mankind. There is no end to man's desire. Is there any? No, right? Chanakya says that whatever is written in your destiny will surely come back to you. So, work hard for your desires, but you will only receive what is destined for you. He says you should count your blessings from today itself. With the ultimate knowledge of Atma Vidya, a man reaches enlightenment. His ego vanishes and he gets realization of God. That is, God is present everywhere. You know what? Most of the complications in a person's life arises from an individual's ego. So, shed your ego now and see how uncomplicated life becomes then. We also know that our mind is our biggest friend as well as the worst enemy. In the want of a pleasure, we always become a slave of our own mind. So how to control this mind? Through meditation, and see how it works for your own benefit. Chanakya says that our inner qualities will either make you or break you. Qualities like anger, delusion, passion will harm you. He urges man to avoid greed and anger, as this will only lead man to immoral paths. He also says that man should acquire knowledge, as knowledge is wealth. But only gathering knowledge is enough? No, right? He says that only reading text without understanding it is just a waste of time. So, one should read it with understanding and should also apply it to reap more benefits. He says that a body is the outer part of a person. To know more about a person, one should see the core area of the person, who he really is, his personality, and not his outer looks or worldly accomplishments. Now that we come to the end of this part, let me conclude all the tips that Chanakya teaches us in this part. 1. Be positive and radiate happiness to people around you. 2. Nature provides us with everything, so you should never ever disrespect it. 3. Have faith in God and acknowledge the fact that God is omnipresent, present everywhere and not just in idols. 4. Stop running after materialistic luxuries and be happy with everything you have. 5. You should deal with all the challenges in your life by being content and calm. 6. No one is perfect. One should always strive every day to improve oneself. 7. Work hard and do not worry about the results. If you are destined to receive it, you will receive it no matter what. So count your blessings today itself. 8. You should learn the art of conquering and controlling your mind through meditation. 9. You should do away with your harmful qualities like anger. Enlightenment will help you find your inner peace and happiness. The last one, 10. One should always learn the art of learning, as knowledge is wealth. And if you learn this art, you will know how to apply it in practical situations. That's all for today. Thank you for patiently listening to me. For other parts, stay tuned to this channel.
Hello everyone, I am Khushbu Khirwal and I shall be discussing chapter 2 of the book Chanakya Neeti by Radhakrishnan Pillai. People get into trouble due to their thoughtless behavior. You must be careful at all the times in life. When in doubt, listen to your conscience. We have come alone and we will go alone from earth. We feel lonely when no one's around us, but once we understand that we are always alone, we will enjoy our own company. Everything can be acquired again after getting lost, but life as human is one-time privilege. Suffering arises when you conceal your inner thoughts from others. Always find an outlet to express yourself and reduce your burden. The importance of family is beyond words. Mothers turn a house into a home, and fathers sustain the family with love and discipline. The children are like devotees who follow their parents. Chanakya explained karma as the connection between one's action and their consequences. Destiny has a powerful role in man's life. No matter how hard you try, you will only get what your destiny has for you. No one can erase your destiny. If at all there is anyone who can alter your destiny, it is you alone. A person's life is predecided by celestial powers. It is only providence that can change your fate. One's destiny changes when the right time arrives. Truth is the force that supports the universe. Only when there is truth, there is trust, and without trust, the earth will collapse. You can achieve everything in life, but all of it is useless if you don't have time for God. You should listen to the stories of Lord Krishna to witness the love and devotion of God. A true devotee never dies even after death. He dwells into the heart of people. Some people who take birth on earth are directly descended from heaven. They have qualities like generosity, devotion to God, and service to society. Similarly, those who come from hell have qualities like anger and enmity. The biggest factor that differentiates human from animals is intellect and the power to innovate. You must do justice to God's powerful creation and use your brains wisely. people lacking education are only a burden on earth, as they only create trouble for themselves and others. There are various shackles in life, and the bond of love is the strongest of all. Suffering comes from attachment. The fear of loss grips a person, and he is unable to reach his true potential as he is in his comfort zone. Listen to the teachings of wise men like saints. They will help you cross the turbulent ocean of life, but you first need to shed your ego in their company to receive help. Even one moment spent in doing good deeds is better than entire ages spent in doing bad deeds and causing distress to others. A true meal is when you have the leftover food of wise men like saints, which is also called prasad. True love is one which is selfless and unconditional. True wisdom is when you do not deviate towards immoral paths in life. True religion is the one practiced without arrogance. Here's a list of tips that Chanakya teaches us from this path. You should tackle every problem with care and caution. If you don't find the solution, feel free to go with what your conscience says. All materialistic things are easily achievable again, but life is only for one, so enjoy it every moment. Don't keep your feelings with you. Keep shedding your burden by opening up to friends and family. There is no relationship more powerful than family. Respect your parents and shower love on your siblings. Destiny is unpredictable and unchangeable, so accept your fate. If at all your destiny can be changed by someone, it is you. Be truthful to yourself and to others. Keep aside some time of the day to devote towards God. Always look out for creating new things with your power to innovate. Knowledge has no end to it. Life is beautiful, but at times it becomes a shackle as suffering comes from attachment. Listen to the wise words of great men like saints. Engage yourself in good deeds and make your life worth living. Thank you for watching the video. Stay tuned for the next part.
Hello everyone, I am Kripa Soni and today I will be discussing Chapter 2 Part 3 of the book Chanakya Neeti by Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai. In this book, Chanakya says that all the people who run after wealth, food and lust die unsatisfied. Happy are those who live a content life with whatever they have. He says that the ultimate process of happiness is reading about the thoughts of wise people, thinking about them and implementing their values in the real life. He also says that in the events like sickness or death, we know the real worth of life. So before we die, let us all give value to life. Chanakya then explains how different people have different wishes. The poor wants wealth. Animals or birds wants the ability to speak, to express themselves, whereas we humans wish for paradise. Spiritual people wish to get liberated from the cycle of death and birth. He also says that the feeling of love and empathy brings success and prosperity in one's life. The more you share love, the more love will return back to you. The more you help others, others will work for your benefit. The more you share, the more you grow. Chanakya then explains how family plays a vital role in character building and growth of a person. He instills 6 different values linked to 6 different close family members. First, truth represents your mother. Everything you say should be the foundation of truth. Second, knowledge represents your father, which guides you in every path. Third, virtue should be your sibling who always supports you like a brother. Fourth, compassion should be your friend. Fifth, peace should be your spouse or long-term companion. Last one, or sixth, forgiveness. Forgiveness should be your idle-born son. You should always forgive everyone, because if you carry any hatred, it affects only the person who carries it, like you. Is incapable of achieving the impossible because the universe is limited. But if you invoke your inner powers through meditation, commitment and focus, you can easily achieve what seems to be impossible. One should also develop the ability to know the difference between what is right and what is wrong, between temporary and permanent things. We humans always run after temporary things and ultimately lose the track of the most important, the permanent things. Instead of focusing on small issues, we should use our intellect to aim for higher and spiritual purpose. Good qualities turns negatives into positives. Contrary to what we used to believe, charity ends poverty. But Chanakya says, give more in order to become rich. He also says that if you give more, nature will return back your generosity manifold. Gratitude helps a man to come out of his bad times. And the best remedy for ignorance is knowledge. Finally says that faith is the most powerful weapon to conquer fear. For example, if a baby cries, his mother lifts him up and he stops crying. Why? Because that baby has faith in his or her mother. Now let me quickly conclude with the list of all the tips that Chanakya provides us in this part. First, don't run after worldly luxuries, but rather be grateful for whatever you have. Second, listen to the teachings of wise people and try to apply them in your real life. Third, develop feelings of love and empathy for others. Fourth, there is no support greater than what a family provides. Fifth, focus and commitment helps you to conquer the world and also achieve the impossible. Sixth, indulge yourself in charity. The more you give, the more you get back in return. Seventh, knowledge has the potential to overcome ignorance. Last one, eighth, faith is the biggest weapon to control the world. With this, we come to the end of this chapter. Thank you for patiently listening to me. For further videos, stay tuned to this channel.